of terror against Cuba, just as much as the U.S. feels for its own victims of terrorism, the people who died, for example, in the Twin Towers. And if we are serious about this war on terrorism, we need to be consequential with our own treaties and conventions that obligate this country to extradite or prosecute this assassin, Luis Posada Carriles, for murder and not for perjury. And finally, I just want to make a brief reference to the OAS, since we're talking about a little bit of everything. The OAS recently met in San Pedro Sula in Honduras, and as many of you know, they decided to do away with the sanction, the suspension of Cuba from the UAS. Cuba still hasn't asked to join because Cuba at this point does not want to join, but the suspension has been lifted and lifted unilaterally. I don't want to spend a great deal of time on that. I just want to say that what it means for Latin America is that just as Cuba became a nation in 1959 because it achieved its independence and sovereignty and dignity from the United States, the countries of Latin America are now enjoying a sea change. And this is a different OAS. This is not the OAS that was the Organization of American Colonies. This is an OAS of free and independent nations that are not going to be told what to do by the United States government. And it's not a question of Obama doing the right thing and the U.S. government doing the right thing. It's a question of the continent telling the United States government that it is free to choose its own future, with or without the United States. There was a great deal of talk in San Pedro Sula that if this resolution was not going to be passed, that certain countries were going to leave the OAS and begin the organization of Latin American states. In order to prevent that, I think this agreement was reached. But what is significant is that this is a season of change. Change has occurred in this continent, change has occurred in Cuba. And the only way that the United States can go forward in its relationship with Cuba and with Latin America is in a relationship of respect for the sovereignty and dignity of each of the nations of this hemisphere. Thank you.